So we are packing lunches for your kids. It can be sometimes tricky because kids are hard to please, but today we have Liz Corbett, the Party Hostess Diva here.
Hi.
Liz, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
These look adorable.
Healthy snacks.
Aren't they fun? And you know, when you said adorable, that's the key thing for healthy foods for kids. If it's not fun, they're not going to eat it.
That's true.
You know, so presentation is everything.
For adults too, though, because that looks adorable and it made me want to eat zucchini this morning.
Very true.
Zucchini.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you how to make these tortilla chips. Now, you can buy a great big bag of tortilla chips at the grocery store and spend like $5 for 7 chips, or you can make them yourself out of tortillas.
Do they taste as good, though?
They're good.
Okay.
They are good.
Liz
They
said
are
she
good.
can't keep them in her house. Her
No.
whole family eats them, right?
They do. I have to put big signs. Do not touch. This is for mass appeal.
Thank you.
So I'm going to, as I always do, put you guys right to work.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
And you can do 2 options. You can do the typical white tortilla, or you can do the whole grain, and it shows both right here. And this is so simple, you're not even going to believe it.
All
You're
right.
just going to do a little drizzle of olive oil.
Okay.
Drizzle.
All right. I'm gonna drizzle.
You know me, I don't
Whoop.
measure.
Kind of a big
okay,
drizzle.
that's kind of
Well,
a big drizzle,
we can,
so we can share.
You know, we can make a pancake out of it. Watch.
We
Are we
can
gonna?
share.
Oh no, we're not
No.
doing that.
We'll
Okay.
We'll share. But the more olive oil you put on, the crispier they're going to be. So if you want to put a lot on, that's fine.
Oh, I love crispy. That's why I
That's
did that.
fine.
Yeah, that one's gonna be crispy.
Obviously, that's why I did that.
And
So it doesn't matter white or whole grain.
It doesn't. Now
Okay.
you want to try to get the whole grain in for the kids if they're not used to it. You don't want to freak them out. With kids, you always have to introduce something slowly. So throw in a couple of the whole grain ones. They're not even going to notice. And then you could eventually move into just the whole grain tortilla chips.
That's not a bad idea.
So she's got a generous drizzle.
That's the extra crispy
Of
one
olive
right there.
oil.
That's the normal one.
On
in case
me.
you're keeping score at home.
And we're going to move them right over to this baking sheet.
Okay.
Thank you, Liz.
And we are going to, you can do a couple of options. One of them is just good old olive oil with some sea salt. You definitely want to do the sea salt because the regular table salt is too fine and you're not going to see it, so you're just going to be doing this and you won't be able to eat them, it'll be too salty.
Oh, yes.
So the
that's
bigger
right.
grains with the sea salt, and Seth, we're going to let you man the sea salt. This is
Thank
actually
you.
a grinder, so upside down like a pepper grinder.
There we go.
And again, it's totally to taste on what you would like to do.
Do you mind if I go a little light on the salt? I'm not a huge
That's
salt guy.
fine.
All right.
Now another option before we cut them is that you can do lime and sea salt, kind of like the whole margarita chip thing, which
Yes,
is really
I
yummy.
like that.
All right.
And great news about that is there's no fat at all because you're not putting any oil on, just the lime juice.
Oh, so that's what you're
Cut
gonna
in
use instead of
half,
the oil.
drizzle, lime juice, and a little bit of sea salt.
That's smart
You can
thinking.
throw some cayenne pepper on there. You could just go crazy with all kinds of seasonings. Now here we're going to go back to math class, and you're going to cut each one into 8 wedges.
Okay.
You
Should we
probably
put
did.
it back on the cutting board or just put
You
it
can
right
do
here?
it right onto there.
All right.
Can you do that? I didn't do well in math in school. I assume this is kind of more up your alley, Ashley.
Well, I can handle 8.
Neither of us
If I
were really
had to
math
cut
leaks,
it
I bet.
into...
She's doing a perfect job. Now, while you're cutting, I'm just going to point out that we can do these. You can dip anything you would normally have dip with your tortilla chips. And of course, we have our green pepper, octo pepper monster over there.
in
And
hummus.
he's hanging out in some hummus swamp dip.
Okay.
Which of course is just hummus. Hummus is fabulous for the kids. If you call it dip, they'll eat it.
That's
So
true, because
if-
yeah, you assume it's got all this kind
If
of
the
sour
word
cream and
hummus
cheese
scares
in
your
it.
children, just say dip. If it's dip, it's awesome.
I love that
Look,
advice.
see, she did it perfect. You go half, half again.
I have to
Impressive, Ashley.
concentrate.
See?
I'm concentrating.
She's got it.
She's giving us her all
I
of them
love,
right
Liz,
now.
I love these ideas. I think they're so cute. I wouldn't even want to eat them, though.
Well, so you've got your hummus you can dip these into. You can do anything. You can do guacamole on this is fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Really anything that you would do for chips. I would recommend doing a whole bunch all at once, put a few out, and hide the rest.
How long do these stay for?
These actually, if you put them in a paper bag, they keep for days, but I can guarantee you they won't be in your house that long.
In a paper bag.
Yep,
Okay.
Yep. So this is going to go in an oven for 400 degrees, and you do want to watch them. I would say about 9 minutes, but
Okay.
hang out in the kitchen and watch them. Don't walk away, because then they're just, it's not pretty.
What are you looking for?
You want a little bit of a golden, like see in the back, this is kind of brown and bubbly. That's about the look you're going for, and just, if you would, crackle one of these and see how crispy
Would
and
I?
yummy they are. Just like a chip. Yummy, right?
That tastes pretty much exactly the same as the chip.
That is delicious.
The whole grain ones are going to take a little bit longer because they're denser, and of course they're already a little bit brown. So my advice would be about 9 minutes, but watch them so that they don't get too brown.
And this is just sea salt on
How
this. You could
easy
go
is that?
crazy, like you said.
And it's
could
probably so many less calories and fat than those tortilla chips you buy in the store.
And when you're feeding your children and yourself as well, The rule of thumb for healthy is the fewer ingredients, the better it is for you. The closer it is to its natural state, the better. Obviously, the vegetables, it's just a vegetable. There's nothing else added to it. The tortilla, very simple, just a few ingredients.
So good. And I have to really quickly, you told us a really fun fact earlier before we went live about green peppers.
Yes, this is
That is
so
really
cool.
cool.
Okay, now you know you're all going to go to the grocery store and do this now, so everyone's going to laugh at you. When you're looking at the bottom of a pepper, our little octo monster over here has 3 bumps on the top. I don't know if you can catch that in the mirror. This one has 4 bumps, all right? The 3 bump peppers are generally sweeter and better for having raw. If you're going to be cutting it up, using it for dip, the 4 bump green pepper is going to be firmer and better for cooking. So when you're doing the stir fry and everything.
So the bumps matter.
The bumps matter. So when
Of course they do.
now you
Lovely
know
lady
you're going to
bumps.
be checking out the peppers and counting the bumps, and you have to explain to everyone what you're doing, so they don't think you're
Also,
crazy.
that.
3 bumps dipping, 4 bumps cooking.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thanks, Liz.
Isn't that
so
fun?
cool.
Thanks so much. And
You're
we'll be back
welcome.
with you a little later for even more healthy snacks. With Liz Corbett, the Party Hostess Diva, for a protein-packed snack for you and your kids.
Yum.
Liz, I'm excited. I've had one of those already.
Oh my
those
gosh,
peanut butter balls are
these
good.
They're
They're so
very,
good.
very
So
good.
let's-
So how do we make them?
I'm
Yeah.
going to get
Get
you guys
making 'em.
right into this. We are going to put natural peanut butter. I'm going to have both of you going at the same time, and we'll
Oh.
just see what happens.
Oats.
All right, so we have a cup of oats. Any kind of oats. You can do the quick ones, which is what I've done. They're chopped up a little bit smaller. Natural peanut butter is key because it's just a better form of peanut butter.
Flaxseed?
We have ground flaxseed.
Ground flaxseed.
Flaxseed are fantastic. They have the healthy oils in them, the omega-3s, lots of protein, coconut.
All
which
this
makes
coconut?
It all
Love it.
that coconut, which makes it nice and sweet.
This looks like honey, right?
Now be careful with your, you might
All the
want
honey?
the spatula for that. That's 1/3 of a cup of honey. And we'll have this recipe on the website because we're going kind of quick here. He's getting kind of crazy with that honey. A natural sweetener, again, you want to go with things that come from nature, so the honey is a better option. You could do agave syrup as well if you prefer that.
I've never tried agave, but I hear good things.
It's very, very good. It's probably not even as strong as honey. There's not a whole lot of flavor, but it is sweet. And then we've got protein powder, any kind you want. Whey protein. Now, if you know the nursery rhyme, Little Miss Muffet, how's it
Oh,
go?
who
Sat on her
doesn't?
tuffet, eating some curds and whey.
Whey.
Along came a spider.
Okay,
Sat down.
so
Oh,
we're not
curds
getting
and
that far.
whey. When you
The whole thing.
separate the curds out of milk, you're left with whey, and whey is a protein. So that's how we get the protein powder.
Aha.
Didn't know if you knew that.
Didn't
did
know
not.
that.
All
Liz.
right.
Just like the bumps on the peppers.
We're going to throw that in there and a little bit of vanilla. You can just
A little
estimate
bit?
half teaspoon, teaspoon, whatever you want to do.
Not
And
good.
because we're not baking this, you can just kind of throw it all in there, and you don't have to worry if you don't get it exact. If it's a little dry, add a little more peanut butter. You can just sort of play with it. So he's doing a
Okay.
fantastic job mixing that up.
Thank you. Well, why don't you ladies talk about the other things that you
Yes.
have over here while I do this?
Alrighty.
You keep mixing, yeah.
I will.
I'll
We've
go
got
next to
some
Liz.
fun things going on. And again, with kids, just present it in a different way. Give it a goofy name, and they're going to eat it. I can guarantee you.
I love
Trust
these
me,
ideas.
Trust me.
Yes.
Now, you might wonder why this is hanging out inside of a hot dog bun.
Yes.
All right.
Because it
This
wants to, right?
is
It
a
looks
monkey
cute.
sandwich
wants
because
to.
bananas, monkey food, right? So a whole wheat hot dog roll instead of the white. Again, you
Yes.
want to go with the more natural version of it. Spread a little peanut butter in there, throw in a banana, some raisins, and you can play with that as well as far as what you want to put in there. If you really wanted to, you could put a little bit of dark chocolate chips, just a couple, just to keep them happy. As far as the mess factor goes, put your sticky stuff in first, then the banana.
That's such a great idea.
We learned
That's
this.
nice.
We learned this the hard way.
Speaking of
feeling
mess
sick.
factor, I'm up there. I'm like a 9.
He's just having a good old time with that there, the protein balls. And these, I'm telling you, they taste like, you've had them. They
Oh,
taste
yeah.
like the inside of a chocolate-covered peanut butter cup.
But a
But
healthy chocolate
so
covered
much
peanut
better
butter
for
cup.
you.
So yummy, yeah.
These pack up great. You want to chill them in the fridge after you get them into a ball about this size. This one I have rolled in whole flax seeds. So just get creative with your kids. You know what? This is a ball of ants. I mean, how funny is that, right? It just makes it more appealing to the children.
That's what you were saying earlier. If your kids have fun and the food looks fun, they're more inclined to eat healthy.
They are.
And keep the habits going forward, too.
Yes.
When they start making their own
Start when
food.
they're younger. Start when they're younger, because then it's not going to freak them out if you try to introduce it. And of course, food is art. We've got a banana, we've got oranges going on there, and some kiwi. Just think about making a picture with your food. You have permission to play with your food. It makes it that much more fun for your kids.
That is beautiful.
And they're going to eat it. they're going to eat it. How's it coming over there, Seth?
Good. I think I'm going to see if I can ball one up right now.
I think you could use the ball.
Yeah, I was going to say, should I tell him now that you could actually use a scoop?
Everybody was telling me to use my hands all day. I didn't. And then, okay, use the baller,
And of course,
folks, if
these
you have
baked
one at
tortilla
home.
chips we made earlier, which are so good.
So these are just a few, if you can believe it, of the options that you can do for your kids. Pack them up, and they're going to love them. They're going to love them.
Liz, always good to have you here.
Thank
Great
you so
ideas.
much.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
sharing.